Hello and welcome to Give Me Your Money. Today we're going to be covering Xerox and Thor, a superhero novel, I guess. It's a comic book. I don't know. The picture is not very telling. It looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Kirby is slowly starting on fire. A superhero novel between two brothers. Sometimes good doesn't always win. That's a profound statement there. Sometimes good loses. That's true. Sometimes the bad guys win. Sometimes the bad guys lose. Sometimes the good guys win. We can all learn a little bit from this guy. Anyway, about this project is simple. It's a quote-unquote superhero novel series where the quote-unquote bad guy wins. I think the people who want to write a story where the bad guy wins, I think those stories are a dime a dozen. I think they're fucking everyone, and I think everybody wants to do one. I cannot count how many times I've heard in high school or in community college, how many times I've heard people saying, oh yeah, I'm writing a story where the bad guy wins. People are like, whoa, that's so original. The bad guy wins? Oh, that's crazy. It's not interesting when the bad guy wins. It's not interesting when the protagonist of the story loses. I mean, sometimes it is, and it works. I cannot think of an example right off the top of my head, but I do think that people want to see the protagonist of the story win. If the protagonist of the story is a bad guy, he's still the good guy, per se. But I don't want to read a story where the protagonist just keeps on failing and losing. I don't. I get no sense of joy out of that. When I'm reading a book, I want to see the protagonist's trials and struggles as they go through the hero's journey, and they win. You know, eventually, they're going to win, even after all of the loss that they've gone through, even after losing so much. At the end, they still get what they want or what they need. And sometimes what they get or what they win is tragic. Wheel of Time is one of those book series that I absolutely love. And the three protagonists go through so much shit in that book series. But at the end, even though they go through all of this shit, good still happens. It's something stupid when people say, yeah, I want to write a story where the bad guy wins. Is the bad guy the protagonist? If the bad guy is the protagonist, then yeah, okay. If he wins, we can still cheer on. We can still cheer him on. But I don't want some depressing story where it's like, yeah, the bad guy wins and everyone loses and everyone dies. It's just boring. I'm sorry. It's just boring. There are so many twists and turns that will keep the readers wondering what's going to happen next. Well, you just told me what's going to happen. The bad guy's going to win. The bad guy. Sorry, there's going to be some twist where the bad guy's actually good and well, Watchmen. You're basically making crappy Watchmen. I get you. All right. This series will bring back what the readers feared most. This series will bring back what the readers feared most. With past beloved characteristics, present talk dialogue, and future empires. That's very, very vague. That's this present talk dialogue and future empires. That's incredibly vague. This series could dominate the industry that Harry Potter and Twilight paved. The industry that Harry Potter and Twilight paved. The book industry. People have been reading for thousands of years, but Harry Potter and Twilight really paved the way. Harry Potter and Twilight are teen fantasy novels. Oh, the oven's beeping. I guess the chicken is done. Harry Potter and Twilight are teen fantasy novels. If you want to read a really good fantasy series, go read Wheel of Time. Go read the books by Robin Hobb, The Fool and Frisk and the Fool series. It's fucking awesome. If you want to read a good teen superhero series that's probably going to be a million times better than this, go read Brandon Sanderson's Firefight series. It starts with Steelheart. I think the new one is Calamity. I just read it and it's great. I liked it. But it is obviously teen fiction. Sorry, I'm talking about books now. I know I'm a nerd and nobody reads here. Oh, but there are so many examples, and I think there are a lot of people out there who want to write a book, but they don't read for pleasure, and that bothers me immensely. And when they do read for pleasure, it's the popular thing. It's Percy Jackson and the Olympians. It's Harry Potter. It's Twilight. I think, if you really like fantasy, go out and read Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Go actually read the Game of Thrones book, and then read Wheel of Time. There's so many fantasy books that I could recommend. I just want people to read more. I'm sorry. I'm like that librarian in 8th grade who's like, why aren't you reading? And it's like, fuck you, I'm too busy watching YouTube videos on my phone. They take away your phone and give you a book, and you fucking throw the book in the trash can, and you're like, I'm too cool for reading. Reading's fun. Read more. Pulling this off will be simple. Everybody said that about the novel industry. I can write a book. Look at me, I'm a book writer. I've tried writing. It's fucking hard. Writing is incredibly hard. I have a box full of writers' journals from high school, and they're just full of garbage. Writing is fucking hard. After excessive reading, Notebook has had all my powers. Notebook has had my twist in text and scene. I've read the Harry Potter books 50 times, and Harry Potter doesn't have what I have. I don't just think and write. I dream it out. Think about it out loud. Picture myself in the situation and use my responses to input it into the book. Isn't that, what a Mary Sue is? ooh, that's a poor taste joke, Brendan. You're calling him, you're saying that his characters are going to be Mary Sue's, Brendan? You're saying that they're going to be baseless characters that are just self-inserts? Is that what you're doing here, Brendil? Are you bullying him, Brendil? No, I don't want this book to be shit. I'm sorry, I don't want it to be shit. Please just read a little bit more. Read some good fantasy series, and think before you write. Take a little bit of context into it, dude. Currently have a plotted 3-book series for this novel, a trilogy, if you will. That's a correct term for it, you know. Anyway, risks and challenges, possible obstacles, not having time to complete book in the deadline frame, currently juggling 2 jobs with very limited time to process writing on the novel. Solution, this Kickstart project will allow me to take time off and begin excessive work on the novel and begin work on the series ahead. Possible obstacle, someone could potentially replicate my work and distribute amateur versions of this novel, preventing me from publishing my Finchseed novel. I don't want anybody to steal it. And what I've learned from real life is that nothing is original. Nothing anyone does really is original. There's been so much created in the world that it is almost truly impossible to find something that is true, just in its own original in every single way. I think everything anymore has at least one cliche. You know, you go into TV tropes, go into that dark void. You'll find it out, but it's no one wants to steal your idea, dude. I just would like to know what your idea is, so that I could probably maybe be more interested in it, you know? You have a picture of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Kirby on fire, and that is it. Just a dude in a mask and no facial features. And I don't know. I'm confused. Is this going to be a book series or a comic book series? I just want to know what's going on here, you know? Solution. All my drafts and written documents are dated with sketches. This is the number one reason why my project is very vague. As mentioned, my novel is seemingly one of a kind. I keep my novels secretive so that no one can grab my idea. I don't think this guy has a mental disorder. I think he's just really full of himself. I'm sorry. I do think he's really full of himself. But then again, that's my perspective on this, and I don't know what his perspective is on his own idea. But it kind of smells like shit and looks like shit, so I'm going to call it shit. I'm a bad person, and I kind of accept that. Anyway, let's get on to the rewards. Pledge $10 or more. Limited 200. Only 200 people can pledge $10 or more. That's $2,000. If a backer is to donate $10, handwritten note. You get a handwritten thank you note. Only 200 people are getting a handwritten thank you note because, you know, my wrist will hurt after a while, and I need my wrist for writing. And you'll get those in December. Let's see. Pledge $20 or more. If a backer is to donate $20, limited 50. That's 20 times 50, which is how much is 20 times 50? Is that $1,000, Shelby? What's 20 times 50? Is that 1,000? Is my math right? Huh? It's 20 times 50. That's 1,000. Yeah. Handwritten thank you note. 1 free signed copy delivered. So we got $3,000 right there. Pledge $50 or more, limited 25. Let me pull out my calculator here. Let me do the math here. Let me pull up my phone calculator. I don't want to leave any dead air because I know you guys will be really sad if I'm not speaking during a video. I just won't want to leave that 10 minutes of silence. But I don't want to do a cutaway either because I'm unprofessional. 50 times 25 equals 1,200 plus 1,000 plus 2,000. You'll figure out why I'm keeping track later. You get a handwritten thank you note for $50. You get 1 free signed copy delivered and 1 free signed copy on future series delivered. Next one is $10,000. If a backer is to donate $10,000, you get a handwritten thank you note. You get 1 free signed copy delivered, 1 free signed copy for future series, original printed copy of the novel before edits. Oh, before spell check. Oh, so good. Collaboration potential with the writer personally if Kickstarter is successful. So you're thinking, all right, well, if all these are limited, that'd be, let me see here, $14,250. That'd be his goal, right? No, his goal is $50,000. $50,000. So once all the Kickstarter awards are out, he would still need $35,750, and that's $35,750 of people's money, and they don't get rewards. Let's see how many people have donated so far. Zero people out of $50,000 that he needs. Zero people have donated. Probably because you don't have enough backer awards to supply to everyone who would potentially donate. Also, probably because the idea is kind of sad and really overdone, I guess. I don't want to hear about the bad guy winning. I mean, come on. Despicable Me, anybody? Yeah, I fucking hate that movie. It's got 14 days left. I don't think this one is going to make it. I can understand if he was asking for like $500 or $100 or $1,000 even. But $50,000? $50,000 to write a book series where the bad guy wins, and you're not even going to tell me who the characters are? You're just going to say Zoran and Thrax? That's all I'm getting. Okay. All right. I don't think this one is a good one, dude. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos there, also things. And if you want to watch more Give Me Your Money, click in the top right-hand corner. If you want to watch a video that has nothing to do with my channel whatsoever, click in the bottom left-hand corner. If you want to buy shirts and shit, that's in the top left-hand corner. And I also have a Patreon because I'm garbage, and that's in the bottom right-hand corner. All right, bye.